Waterfront business in Vancouver. They've done their waterfront right there.
I
It's
know.
just a beautiful place. Portland could learn a lesson from what Vancouver's done.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So family friendly,
Yes.
a gorgeous walk.
Beautiful.
And speaking of walks, this is really the best time of year to grab a cup of coffee, walk around and see all of the fall leaves change. Is that happening yet
It
in
is
this
happening.
area? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of folks are already starting to kind of see and hear the crunching of the leaves. But we're still holding on to that nice pop of color as well. Right here along Portland's waterfronts, at least the West Hills are really starting to give us a nice show-stopping view. That's only going to intensify over the next few weeks as many of our trees are quickly approaching the peak conditions. It's the locust trees that are just a little past their peak. So those are the very small yellow leaves likely piling already up in maybe your gutters or along your sidewalk. But nonetheless, we don't see peak fall foliage here in the Rose City until about the final week of October, as that sunshine is a welcome sight for us. A beautiful sunset starting to take shape out along the shoreline as we see those temperatures settling their way into the low 60s at this point in time, upper 50s out towards Astoria with just a bit of that cloud coverage and maybe a light drizzle as well. But those clouds likely going to remain to our north and not impact us here across western Oregon or southwest Washington. There you go, a better picture of the shoreline at 59 degrees in Seaside, but we need to use extreme caution along the coast over the next couple of days as beach hazard statements are once again put into place. That is the increased potential really from tonight all the way through Wednesday evening for sneaker waves. So staying off those rocks, jetties, and logs, that's going to be a must while never turning our backs on the ocean. As this ridge of high pressure is keeping skies relatively dry for us all the way into the middle of the week, we'll start to increase the clouds ever so slightly, but watch, we really start to get slammed with this latest trough of cooler air. Definitely going to be seeing some of the coolest temperatures we have seen so far this autumn season by the end of the week. And that also is really starting to take shape with an atmospheric river. So that's the tongue of moisture stretching across the Pacific from the state of Hawaii into western Oregon, southwest Washington, just in time for Friday. Not only bringing back those soaking rains, cooler temperatures, but also some gusty winds for much of our area. So we'll time everything out here with our future cast. Patchy fog to start the day off tomorrow with those calm winds, and then we'll trade that out for some high thin cirrus clouds. I do anticipate more sunshine than anything to warm us back up into the upper 60s. Wednesday still holding on to those sun cloud mix as a few light rain showers are possible along the coast as early as Wednesday, but rain accumulation over the next 48 hours, a lot of zeros here for us, but that will be changing by the weekend. 43 degrees, that's where we fall to tonight. Again, patchy fog for some of us, the thickest or most densely packed fog conditions with the reduced amount of visibility will happen anywhere from 7 to about 9 o'clock before we start to see improvements and those temperatures back up into the mid to upper 60s for tomorrow along the I-5 corridor. There you go, the dry skies taking us all the way through Thursday. We do start to increase the clouds, prefrontal systems with that system that will be really impacting us by Friday as the atmospheric river arrives, and that's going to carry us well into early next week. But look at those afternoon highs for this weekend, mid-50s, if not even early next week, low to mid-50s. So autumn definitely ramping up here.
You know what? Based on that little rain emoji on the Monday before Halloween, I have a feeling it's going to be another wet one this year.
Yeah, the wet trend is kind of looking to be that way.
You know, the kids in the Pacific Northwest, though, they're resilient. They don't care.
They know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We'll be right